first up, we've got Court, who plays Charlotte.
Hello, my name is Court. I play Charlotte, the Warforged War Cleric, and you can find me on Twitter at Court Games.
And next up, we've got Zarius.
Hello, my name is John. I play the wizard Zarius. Hope you all are doing well tonight. You can find me on Twitter at Vortex of Fiction.
Hi, I'm Mew. I play Terpsy. She's our U1T Pureblood Rogue, and you guys can find me as Spaghetti.
Lastly, I am Momo, the DM for this campaign. I am also the runner of A Minstrel's Tale, and Minstrel, who is our kind of mascot here on this channel, bringing you tales from this realm and beyond. So we will go ahead and get started back into Icewind Dale. Last session, our players went to sleep at the Northern Light, the most of them at least, and they all drifted off and had some lovely dreams. I'm going to go ahead and describe those dreams to you all. So, Zarius, you softly drifting off to sleep, the light snores of Estrella unbothering, feeling a sense of safety as Charlotte, your love, watches over in her normal sentry mode. That familiar tower appears once more. A maze, it seems, as you walk through it, whispers filling your head, that familiar voice of the unwelcome guest, the mindworm. Your attempts to brush it away seem feeble. As it guides you through this maze of a place, repeating words to you as though you feel driven. Power, build, strength, and dominion. You feel lost yet curious by what it means. You see a visage before you, different things being created by illithids, as you come upon a room that looks to be a workshop. You sneakily peer in to see what it is exactly they're doing. It's as if they're creating some sort of magical items. Would you like to perhaps get a closer look and try to glean something from this?
Yes, do I still feel like the shields I put in place are up?
You are in a dream.
Okay.
You can strangely hear, you can tell that you're in a dream, for sure. But you feel like a strange, like they're past your shields, you feel like, in this dream, and that they have like enticed you or guided you to this illithid workshop which you've come upon.
Can I try and modify the dream and like basically just become a ghost and then approach whatever is going on?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Okay. That is a natural 20. Holy shit.
Beautiful. As you
that's a 21 total, though.
I love that. As you concentrate, kind of closing your eyes and trying to take on this like ghostly form, you slowly open your eyes, looking down at your hands, and you watch as your hands fade away and you are completely invisible.
I will approach and take a look while just guarding my mind against those intrusive thoughts.
All right, you go ahead and step closer, and you see that these illithids are making a group of different curious items. You're able to take note and remember piece by piece of what they're doing, essentially. So you are able to, in your dream, kind of watch them, take very detailed notes with that natural 20, and you basically, upon awaking, you will be able to write all this down in your own little journal and have gained much insight to these lovely illithids.
Not sure if I like that, but he's got the magical quills going, and he's writing down as soon as he wakes up, and yeah.
Yeah.
That is what he's doing.
All right. We'll go with Charlotte next. So Charlotte, you settle into your sentry mode, keeping awareness of the movements of the room as normal, hearing the soft rhythmic breathing of the two Vidalcan who sleep restfully within the comfortable room of the northern light. You feel quite safe within the bubble of Xarius' tiny hut. You find yourself relaxing a bit more than you normally would. The sense of comfort the inn provided, as well as your partner's magical hut, has had your heart and mind at ease. As you sort of drift away into a relaxing trance, warm, flickering lights surround you. The sight of what looks to be a bustling town surrounds you. Smiles on familiar dwarven faces and a sense of home fills you. You walk about the town, and suddenly you feel as though you cannot move. This warm scene turns blood red. As you look around to the dwarven folk, stopped in your tracks, unable to move, you watch as blood starts to flow from their eyes and mouths. This horrific scene has you frozen, but it's not from fear. No, fear is farthest from what you feel right now. Instead, you feel as you physically cannot move. Frozen where you stand, as you stand there unable to move, your vision red, you feel the temptation of rage overtaking you. You watch as your hands reach for the ashen bone axe upon your back, slowly starting to take steps towards the nearest dwarven compatriot you have, and you watch as your hands raise your axe against a fellow dwarf. Before you see the result of what's come to be, your eyes open abruptly. You see Xarius sitting at a desk, almost furiously writing in his journal, and Estrella going through her things and kind of preparing for the day.
So I'm awake.
Yeah, you're awake now. And when you open your eyes, this is what you see. You see Xarius just like at the desk, like furiously scribbling in his journal, and Estrella is just like going through her things, kind of like taking inventory of her stuff and reorganizing it, getting ready for the day. And you're just like, the last thing you saw was these two just sleeping soundly. The tiny hut is no longer up, and you can tell from the light that's coming in that it's morning time.
Do we have time to talk here, or are we gonna go directly into Terpsy's stream?
Yeah.
Sync up back after.
Yeah, you can, you have time to talk here, and then we're gonna head over to Terpsy stream.
Okay. Charlotte kind of like either gets up or snaps awake, and kind of like reaches out and puts a hand on Xarius' shoulder as he's writing.
I'll look up. Oh, yes.
When you look up, Charlotte looks really uneasy, and like the usual smile that would greet you in the morning is not there.
He'll pick up the hand off his shoulder and hold it in both of his own. What's the matter, Charlotte?
I sort of just wanted to make sure that you were real. I haven't. What?
Xarius sort of pokes at himself, and he'll bring the hand to his chest. Very much so. Last time I checked, at least.
Well, I don't know what to make of what I just saw. You do know I sometimes dream, I suppose.
I do not even know how that work, but yes, you have told me of a dream before.
Sure, if this was a dream, it certainly... It wasn't a memory. At least I hope it wasn't. But I think this was more so... She kind of like glances behind her, glances to make sure that everyone's asleep, and like leans in closely. I think this was a threat.
What did you see?
She... Do you care if I... Hopefully I don't break it. And she like goes and sits gingerly on the edge of the desk. and like is going to basically like put her hands together and like explain what she saw, like explain the dwarven faces and like how it rapidly turned into something that was more violent, with her like feeling out of control.
That is disconcerting. We know that you have some sort of past related to the dwarves at Kelvin's Cairn, yes?
Yeah.
Are you... Go ahead.
I don't think that this didn't feel real. It didn't feel like a memory. I feel as if I was meant to see this. I have sort of a bargain with a deity. I believe you know this.
Yes, the kind one or the angry one?
Well, I don't think the kind one would send me this sort of message.
That's true.
I haven't shed any blood in a while, Zarius.
There was the Yeti. I do not... Was that not... Well, you didn't do it specifically, did you? That was more terpsichore. Good God. Yes.
I did not.
And it is angry with you. So...
This is a premonition of... Well, if I'm not going to draw blood, then he'll make me. I don't want to become a threat to you or anyone else, Arius. This is not why I made that bargain in the first place.
Zarius will cross his arms. Behind him, his fucking quill is still going on one of the pieces
Oh my
of paper.
god.
I love that. I love his fucking stupid nerdy quill. I'm sorry.
I love the magic quill. It's so dumb.
So good.
This is why I do not like gods very much, but that is neither here nor there. So, First, I am sorry you had to see that, or have received such a threat. It is very unpleasant. The way I see it, you are a champion of the divine, yes? So, you either must follow the bargain, or we find a way to reduce his influence. And from where I'm sitting, you have your other goddess, yes, who seems to care for you, and whoever you were before now, quite a bit, yes?
She does, and I take great comfort in that, even though I'm not exactly sure what sort of relationship we had previous to this. It does seem as if she does genuinely care for me.
So, I have a question then for you. And think about it carefully. Do you feel comfortable going to unearth your past and potentially reforging that connection with her? By my accounts, you fight a god with a goddess, yes?
I suppose that's one way to do it.
Well, I
Also-
certainly don't want you having to spill blood. That is not something we do very often. In fact, the vast majority of things we've done here have been talking, explaining, helping, not killing.
Same time, he has given me great power with which to protect you all. If it comes to a point where I am more so of a danger to you all than I am helpful, then well, I urge you to leave me.
Categorically, no, first of all. If you have an issue, we will figure it out together. We will ask Mistral, our Terpsichore, or any of our other valued friends to help us in either restraining you or something of that nature, to give us time to figure out what is going on. If you really must follow this deal, where you will go into the wild, I am sure there are plenty of beasts who can sate this very annoying god's thirst for blood. I do not like that he has threatened you. Pisses me off quite a bit. I do not like that you have been made to feel this way. You are not a danger to us. I do not believe you will ever be a danger to us. And even if you were, I would accept that for everything that you are to me.
Time comes that I am. Please just run. Can you do that?
I will get out of your reach if something like that happens.
Good.
But I will not run away from you. I will do everything in my power to bring you back to who you were if something like that occurs. I do not believe it will. I have faith in your will and your capabilities. But if it happens, I am forewarned, and we can begin working on the problem now.
I think it's likely for the best that I perhaps don't sleep inside the bubble with you all.
That is
I
not
don't.
happening. Charlotte.
I don't sleep, Zarius. How are you going to protect yourself if I just, in the middle of the night,
Hit me with a hammer.
or anything else sharp or heavy?
Well, I can have Sage watch you if you'd like. I can also have this strange little fellow watch you as well. He conjures up this tiny spectral red-robed wizard.
Who is that?
This is a manifestation of a scholar who I read many books from. It is,
She like
something-
kind of leans in to look at the little wizard.
And it looks like Elminster's classic red robe wizard pose. is a manifestation of the spellbook. The quill and him are sort of one and the same. They are all related to, and he holds up his spellbook, the awakening of this as a magical item. Now,
Well,
you should talk to your god and tell him that you will get up to far more carnage with us than if he were to hurt us. He must see some reason in that.
do you think that?
If you were to be by yourself, certainly. If we were not here, I imagine you would be in some town healing the sick and taking care of those who were less fortunate. I believe we are a bad influence on you overall, Charlotte.
I think you all do a lot to help me. I don't think you're a bad influence at all. Certainly, I'm going to use force if I am to protect you.
But I believe that we, as a group, get up to far more trouble than you would on your own. Do you not believe so?
I suppose you are all a bit trigger happy.
I mean, at the very least, Topsicore has people that want to murder her, and Mistral has her issues. I don't think we'll be capable of fighting giants anytime soon. He whispers that so Estrella can't hear.
Ooh,
Oh Jesus.
I'll do you
Is
now.
she asleep still?
No, she's awake. She's been fucking listening this whole time. She's been like, yeah, she's been being nosy and like going through her shit, like trying to be like inconspicuous. Let's see if she's been like stealthy at all of that. She's been kind of like just sitting on the bed, like.
Oh, I thought she was just like sharpening her weapons.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's like sitting on the bed, you know, like yeah, sharpening her weapon, shining the shield, like.
Oh, I thought she was asleep.
You know, like just like da-da-da-do-do. Nothing to see here. Let's see if she can. Her deception, like not really stealthy, but yeah, more of decepty. She has rolled an 18.
Okay.
So if you've got a passive perception of 18 or better, then you notice.
Damn, I'm just 17. My passive insight is 17.
Damn. So yeah, you guys don't notice her listening, but she's listening.
Little shit.
Little shit.
Do you two have anything further to say before we move on to Terpsichore stream?
For now, you are. I accept all of the danger that comes with you, as you have accepted all of the danger that comes with. Zarius looks over at Estrella and then just points at his head and just taps it a couple times.
She gives you a nod like, I understand.
The shade, I love it.
That is very true. I do know what I signed up for. Alright then, well, I suppose let's hope we come across something hostile today. Never thought I'd say that.
Will be potentially dangerous together, and if it's an issue, we will go into the wilderness and find ourselves some crag cats or some other beast to gift to the town or sell. We can always use the coin. Zarius looks at opens his pouch and is just looking at his very expensive ink and paper. I always can use the coin.
Yes, I'm aware. You have a very expensive habit. She says this with a smile. She's clearly being sarcastic.
Oh my god.
He gives you he like twists his mouth and squints at you. He's like, "I'll have you know, my spell book has expanded exponentially. Thank you very much."
You're very helpful.
I'm sorry. Love it. I love it here.
Um.
All right.
He's like, "All right, I'm going to go. I need to finish writing something down, and will you be finding us breakfast, rage monster?"
Don't let me distract you from your penmanship. And she just goes and puts together some food.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
I have the quill going. Zarius is writing, and he's now trying to teach the little tiny wizard spellbook
Holy fuck.
also to write.
Oh
Move a quill with his whole body and fly around.
my god, I love this. All right. So, as terpsichores, your tired lids drift off to sleep, you're filled with a sense of joy and comfort, a smile spreading upon your face as your night spent in the hook, line, and sinker was another great success. You made about 2,846 gold. Visions of yourself dancing in an ethereal space, colors swirling around you as you sway delicately with grace. Hearing the whispers of many different voices, some familiar and some new. Catching only brief words here and there as those voices are ever passing. Do you attempt to concentrate on any of these voices?
Yes. I try to concentrate on you said that there are like new and old voices?
Yes.
She's gonna concentrate on the old voices.
All right. You concentrate on a voice. It's the voice of an elderly woman. You hear her whispering to you. The things here in Icewind Dale, they are not as they seem. Everything is included in these words that I speak. The people, the places, the Frostmaiden herself. There is an underlying danger here, and the never-ending winter is being taken advantage of by something which lays deep under this frozen north. Be careful. Much danger lurks here. You wake up feeling a bit more confident, stronger, and you feel a sense of empowerment, as you all are now leveled up, bringing Zarius and Charlotte to level 6, and bringing Terpsy to level 7, due to her epic fight with the Avatar of Death. Thank you for the sub, Ziggy! Appreciate that, Ziggy, Overlord of the Seas. Greatly appreciate the sub, bringing our sub count to 14 out of 20 for our goals. Let's get a shout out for Ziggy. So, let me know. I don't know if there's anything you'd like to do with that.
It was what? Her and Mistral?
Yeah, it's her and it's you and Mistral in the room. As you wake up, you see her like starfished, half off the bed, mouth hung open, drooling. She's kind of like humming in her snores. Her snores is like strangely in tune and almost melodic. You're just like, how in the hell? Like,
she's gonna try and shake Mistral awake.
yeah, you go ahead and shake her, and you are very successful in doing so. As you shake her, all of a sudden, her large form pops up, floating, levitating above you. What's going on? What is there a fire? What's happening?
There's no fire. I just wanted to wake you up. I did not think you were gonna wake up so easily. Normally it takes a lot more work to wake you up.
It does.
You're a very deep sleeper.
I feel like usually I wake up, the first time you guys ask me, I wake up right away, don't I?
Oh, sweetie, no.
She like blinks bats her eyes at you like unknowingly. Oh, oh my gosh. I just, I was having a dream about this song and this dance and this, and she just starts like, she closes her eyes and she's like waving her arms about and she's like, oh, it was so good.
Do you have a lot of dreams like that?
Oh yeah, all the time. I am constantly just inspired by so many things.
Have you had like a lot of weird dreams since you came to Icewind Dale?
Oh, Terpsy, I've been having weird dreams since the day I was born.
But these dreams are like weirder than the normal weird dreams.
Oh, like the dreams, like, do you mean ever since you've been in Icewind Dale, your dreams have been weirder? Yeah, I guess you know what? They've been a little bit weirder ever since coming here.
Because like
Yeah.
my dreams in particular, these past, like the one I had last night and the one I had before, there was like people talking to me. And it was people that I knew.
Oh.
One of those people isn't here anymore. I'm not 100% sure who the one from yesterday was, but I know, like, it's familiar. It's familiar. So I'm not too worried about that. I get,
Yeah.
things talk to me all the time, right?
Yeah, total. I mean, who wouldn't want to talk to you? And look at you. They would be lucky to talk with you.
See, that's what I think. But they've been, like, warnings.
Oh. What kind of, what kind of warnings?
Mostly that Icewind Dale's really dangerous, which we knew that. We knew that.
Yeah, but I mean, we're so strong, and I got connections. I know people and places, and we don't have to worry about it. We went up into Targos, and they didn't even know who I was. Everything was fine. We showed them.
Yeah, and like, so we knew that it was dangerous and everything. And these people, when they're talking to me in the dreams, they're like, this place is more dangerous than you think it is.
Oh.
And that everything that's going on is a lot worse than what we know it to be.
Oh my. We have had a lot of like ominous encounters. There was that old lady. That old lady, she said some ominous stuff. But old ladies, sometimes they say some crazy stuff. Maybe she was senile or something. Who knows? Or maybe she was just trying to play some kind of prank on us. Like, hey, I'm going to tell these strangers some crazy stuff and you freak them out before I kick the bucket,
Because I feel like a lot of what she said was like coming to be. And I really think we should have taken a lot of that a lot more seriously. Like I know we are, but like probably get a front on that. But I don't know. It's just I wanted to see if you were also experiencing this.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the whole world, the whole realm, there's danger everywhere, really. I mean, typically why I don't stay in any town for too long, danger things, if you keep on the move, dangerous things, they have a way of not catching up with you, no one can guess your next move or, pull one over or you sneak up on you, you know what I mean.
Like, I'm confident that we're gonna be fine. Like, we're super strong. Like, what's gonna get us down?
Yeah.
But what's getting me is that this woman in my dream was like the never-ending winter that's going on is being taken advantage of by something a lot more dangerous.
Oh, Well, I mean, it can't be all that bad. I mean, think about it. The never-ending winter it's magical, right? So it's like there's a magical, like, it's like we're in a little snow globe, a little magical snow globe. There's like a little magical, orb around us, if you will, and makes it very difficult for people to get in and out, and also makes it very difficult for people to find what's inside. So I would say that's pretty good. It's pretty good for me, and it's pretty good for you, no? So, like, maybe we shouldn't, interfere with the never-ending winter, because then I think that magical barrier would go away, and then things would be able to find what's now hidden within that magical barrier. And you watch, she wipes some sweat away from her brow.
Mistral, do you know more about this winter than you've told us?
I mean, I wrote a whole poem about it. It's saying it for you all when we met. We bow to she who wears the crown. Let the world shiver with dread. Clad in the winter's whitest gown, her snow enshrouds the dead. Her fury sheds but frozen tears as gray clouds issue forth. Her wind across the wasteland shears, bringing blizzards from the north. Ice kids flowers, caught mid-bloom, beauty kept in all its grace. Summer's gone to its silent tomb, stilling in her cold embrace. All the world's in winter's white, sheathed in sleet and ice, set upon never-ending night, she conjures paradise. Paradise, you see? Paradise. Behold her everlasting rhyme. Everlasting! We really should end it. See how it covers all. Weep for, not for those she traps in time. Behind her glacial wall, you see, the glacial wall, which enshrouds us and kind of protects us from, scrying and things of that nature. Sovereign of summer's loss, general of winter's war, long live the queen of cold and frost. May she reign forevermore. Right?
I thought you wrote that because you're in love with her. I thought that was the whole motivation for that.
There was like a lot of inspiration. I was inspired in so many ways.
No, I just think if there's this whole never-ending winter going on, and like the people don't like it, they do offerings all the time.
Yeah, but we're stopping that. We're stopping it. Besides, she doesn't care about the offerings. She doesn't care about them. They can stop them. We've been spreading the word that the sacrifices can stop, and so we can stop the sacrifices. The winter can keep going, and it's like a compromise, win-win. Everyone goes home happy, right?
I don't think people are happy living in the cold.
The cold's not so bad, right?
Well, it's pretty bad. Zarius almost died in the cold.
But he's fine now, and he's not died yet. He has not died yet. She's like scratching her head sheepishly, like just grinning widely at you, like nervously. Oh, the winter is here, Ziggy. The winter has long been here in Icewind Dale.
You've been really weird lately.
Well, there's just
Is Oral talking to you again? Because I remember you said that she wasn't like really talking to you.
Oh yeah, I have not. I haven't seen her in a long time. She's probably really busy doing like winter things or something. I haven't seen her in a hot minute. And she winks at you. And then grins widely, like she has a nervous look on her face. Maybe she doesn't like hot minutes.
I'll be honest. I think me and Zarius and Charlotte and everyone else were brought here to stop the winter.
Oh, well, okay. She kind of like, from her levitating up, she's been like levitating this whole time, like moving very animatedly as she's like been kind of floating. She kind of like slowly drifts down and kind of sits on the bed, like kind of cross-legged. Well, yeah, your Clothis, your goddess, is that why, like, you think why she brought you here, or?
I think so.
See? Well, I mean, okay. If we can fight a god, then we can fight my mom. So it's not really a big deal, right? It's not really a big deal. Like, let her come and, you know,
Why?
we'll kick her ass
Why would
too,
we-
right?
Yes, but why would we be fighting your mom?
Oh, because, she's been sending, people to bring me back home. And, you know, maybe one day she'll show up herself, but they've not been able to capture me yet. I just, you know, I somehow seem to get away every time. I think that they've almost got me, you know. I just close my eyes and what was that?
Is that why you want the walls to stay up, like the winter to stay?
Well, yeah, I mean, the walls stay up, and I've not seen any of her people, minions, whatever the hell you want to call. I've not seen any of them. She's not. No one can touch me here. It's like I'm in this whole another world, you know?
Yeah, this really is. It's like own place.
Yeah. It's a paradise, right?
I would not call it a paradise.
Well, it's like a cold one. You know, the sky is really pretty, all the dancing colors. It's kind of nice, right? Like, you don't get that anywhere else. You don't just get that, you know, down at the, you know, other places I've not seen there. Didn't see that shit in Waterdeep, you know?
But everyone's here in a box. People come in, but how many people have you seen leave?
I mean, they can leave. It's just, you can leave.
The waters are frozen. People can't get food. Someone made the plesiosaurs talk and was like, hey, terrorize this town.
But now we know a talking plesiosaurus, and that is pretty cool. Where else are you going to meet a talking plesiosaurus? Only in Icewind Dale. It could be like an attraction. We could lure people here, you know? The tourism in that town could flourish once again.
I think there's way too much crime going on for the tourism industry to take off. Because, you know, we went to Targos, and you disguised yourself. And
Yeah.
there was all the things with the Chardolin. We fought the cult, and there's probably more cult stuff going on. And I just think this winter is just like adding to that, like making it easier. And that's not good for the people that are here.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, your ale will always be cold. You'll never have to worry about a warm ale. That's pretty good, right?
I guess, but I don't drink ale too often.
Okay, so, I mean, if this is what we're gonna do, I mean, like, I'm on your guys' side. You know, I've heard of like enemies to lovers, but how does lovers to enemies work? Like, is that a thing too?
I believe so. Oh, one of my sisters would know better than that. Like, would be able to like talk about that and everything.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably not something we have to deal with like now, but probably
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, it's not like we have to like, fly up to her island right now and, kick in the door and hey, Oral.
An island?
Yeah, a place, whatever, Yes, it's an island in the sky. That's why I was saying it would be very difficult for you guys to just to go there when Dory, I think it was saying, like, let's just waltz on up there. I'm like, yeah, I looking around, I don't think any or many of you really have the capability to, fly.
I definitely don't. Zarius, he could probably learn how to fly if he really wanted to.
She kind of rolls her eyes at that. Well, yeah, it's not like we're, gonna do that tomorrow or anything, we've got time to figure this out. Maybe we just talk to her, maybe we just talk to her like, hey, maybe you could chill it out, maybe you could just do your winter thing in the winter and then like in the non-winter just don't do the winter thing, like a compromise,
But she wasn't answering you when you tried talking to her before.
Yeah, she's kind of been giving me the cold shoulder, you could say.
Why?
That beats me. I'm just a wandering minstrel, and she's like a whole ass goddess. I mean, I don't know really what to say to that. I should be thankful to have been graced by her presence when I was. I don't know.
But I thought you guys were in love.
Yeah, I thought so too, but I was walking along, I was, singing a song, I was humming, and there she was. I could see her high up in the mountains, gazing down, and our eyes met from afar, and it was like love at first sight, It was like love at first sight, we had a thing going on, definitely became girlfriends, and, it was really cool, and it was invited to her place. Most definitely she invited me to the island, and we hung out at the island, I accompanied her, it was chill. We just kind of chilled.
I guess I wouldn't really know. I have not done any of that ever. But shit, I forgot what I was gonna say.
You're fine.
Okay. So yeah, don't really know entirely what you're talking about there. But what I do know is, at the very least, at some point, I'm gonna tell Charlotte and Zarius about this, because they're a lot smarter than I am. Probably not now, because Zarius is gonna be like, oh, we have to find out what to do and fix things like good people or whatever.
Yeah, and he'll probably make us read some fucking books and stuff, and he'll probably be like, probably something dumb Zarius stuff.
Exactly. and he's already going crazy with like the brainworms and all the Charlatan stuff.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
And
He's got a lot on his plate, you know. He
he's
doesn't need
got a
this
lot
on his
going
plate.
on.
He doesn't need this on his plate right now, you know. Like as his friends, it's like our duty to not add more on his plate, you know. We shouldn't. Guy's got a lot going on, you know. You know, and maybe when the time is right, we can add this to the plate, you know. He's got a lot going on. I would not want to be Zarius right now. I mean, save for Charlotte's amazing, but that's the only good thing the guy's got going for him, you know, between you and I. And you know, I mean, he's blue too, like me, but you know, I mean, right? Not wrong.
Unless he asks me about it, because if he asks me about it, then I like have to tell him, because I told him I would answer all of his questions, because he was very not happy to find out about the whole wrote a book, people kind of want to kill me,
Oh, no one's gonna kill you over a book. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You know, Glenn's gonna set up the corner in the hook, line, and sinker. It's gonna be great. Like, it'll be like a nice little residual cash flow, you know? It's gonna be great. And as they continue kind of talking, we hear a knock at the door. And Charlotte arrives with some breakfast.
Breakfast? I forgot that.
Oh, you're
food
muted.
existed.
You're muted in Discord. Oh no.
There we go. Look what I've got. And she comes out with like a breakfast spread. Do you want inside the room or outside the room? I'm not sure.
Is everyone else outside?
Oh, are you guys in a separate room?
Yeah, they were in the separate room.
Oh, okay. Well, it would be nice to all eat together. Say we take this outside.
Yes, I would like to eat with everyone. It's a lot more fun to eat with a big group.
I would agree. Now, come along. I've already escorted the other two to our table. And she like parts the way for you guys to walk out of the doorway.
All right. They head. Mistral follows behind Terpsy to the regular table.
As soon as they get to the table, Terpsy's just gonna start chowing down.
Mistral follows in suit. Like, if my mouth's full, no one's gonna talk to me. Like, she just starts shoving food in her mouth, looking as though like she's not eaten and like she looks hungry. There's also other patrons in the Northern Light as well. I don't have tokens on the map, but there are. It's actually kind of bustling in here. There's quite a bit of people. As you all look around and kind of, you know, sit at your table, the little reserved sign in the middle of your table for you. And, yeah. So you'll have your breakfast. Each of you can roll me a d20. 18, all right. 2.
Hey, natural 20.
Wow. All right. So as you're all eating your breakfast, you know, the Northern Light being kind of filled with many patrons this morning, you overhear people talking and you're able to catch some words. You overhear that some of these folks in the establishment are actually from Caer Dineval. They're very happy with the trade which has been opened up between the two towns, and you hear them speaking highly of the hook, line, sinker, the Northern Light, of oh my god, I can't remember the name.
Bremen?
No. Bert's. Bert's bodacious breakfast, bed and breakfast. You hear them you hear different conversations kind of going on between folks, and kind of that's the overview of what you're getting, you know, feeling the kind of the rewards of your hard work of repairing the relations between these towns. This is kind of like the first time that you all have kind of been able to feel the benefit, I guess you could say, of what you've done in repairing those relations, and makes you all feel pretty good. You also hear some other things, however. Zarius, who rolled a 2. You hear an individual speaking, and they say the Frostmaiden lives on a misty isle, hidden among the bergs in the sea of moving ice. There's a mighty strange whale with a boat on its back that swims in those frigid waters. I bet it knows where the island is. You can catch the whale at Angajuk's Bell, in old Anchorage, but you must ring the bell hanging by the pier to call it. I've been tempted to go ring the bell myself, but I've not been able to, gather any folks who would like to go and try it out with me. The other person speaking with them you hear them kind of like laughing at them and kind of like, it's not even 9 a.m. and you're drunk already? And they just both kind of like end up laughing. God. Wow, does this guy think this? So like this guy's talking about this and his companion is like, bro, you're drunk. Like what the hell kind of story is that? But you feel like there's some truth to that story, you know? Charlotte. You rolled an 18. You overhear an individual. I keep telling everyone, the everlasting rhyme isn't the Frostmaiden's doing. It's actually the Arcane Brotherhood, plotting another takeover of 10 towns. There's a wizard who's set to be burned at the stake in East Haven, who admitted to being one of them. He said there are other Arcane Brotherhood wizards lurking among us, in secret. Vaelish Gant is behind it all, no doubt. The scoundrel is locked away in the Revel's End, but that doesn't make him any less dangerous. Someone needs to find out what he knows. She kind of looks around. You kind of glance over at her direction. You see her, huddled with 2 others at the table, and they all, while eating their breakfast, they kind of look around nervously. They look very kind of paranoid and scared. And Terpsy rolled that nat 20. You hear an individual. Well, we don't see Goliaths much around here, but there are 2 feuding clans in the spine of the world. I bet if someone from 10 towns were to help them put aside their differences, all Goliaths would benefit. I'd sure like to meet a Goliath someday. And you hear their companions at the table kind of all agreeing, they've heard tales of the Goliaths, and they're like, yeah, I've heard tale of the Goliaths, and I too would like to meet some Goliaths. Sound pretty interesting, like some pretty interesting folks. Perhaps if someone could unite the feuding clans, then maybe that could make for some interesting, trade or relations, John, if you'd like to roll a d20 for Estrella, you can.
Oh, cool. She rolled a 6.
A 6. Estrella kind of drinking her breakfast drink, leaning up against the fireplace. Hears a voice. Nibira Moore School, an East Haven fisher, owned an enchanted fish hook that could catch magical fish. While she and her friends were out on the ice one day, a pair of filthy gnolls attacked them. They killed Nibira, stole her fishing pole and hook. Hunters from East Haven tracked the gnolls to an icy rift in the ground. They were far too scared to go further. I hear that's down south in what they call the Cackling Chasm. She kind of finishes her drink and she goes to the table and she tells you, she's like, gosh, she basically says to you guys, like, this place is buzzing, and shares that information with you all. And I'll put this all in campaign info for you.
The DM has given us too many quests. I don't know what to do first.
I'm sorry.
Me writing all this
It's
down
not a
rapidly.
problem.
Gives all the quests.
We still gotta save that fucking wizard.
I know.
What if we find out that wizard's actually really bad? Are we just gonna let him die?
Yeah, what
then?
if he sucks?
Oh my god.
I mean,
I think about that all of the time.
what if we just go and discover he's an awful person?
Yeah,
I-
like, maybe he should be burned at the stake, but like,
Oh my god.
At the very least, we need to go and tell that town that they don't have to do the sacrifices anymore.
Okay, popping these down in campaign info for you all. Alright. So, let me know what you would all like to do as you eat your tasty breakfast.
Good morning to all of you. Anything you need to do in town?
thing that I can think of in particular, though. You know, it seems to be quite chatty in here today.
Yes, I suppose we've forged what I'm hearing, at least, somewhat of a bond between Caer Dineval and Caer Koenig. That feels very, very good, actually.
That's exciting, because didn't they, like, kind of hate each other?
Oh, for sure, yes.
Very much so. How do you all feel about conspiracy theories?
Serious, just like rock level one eyebrow raise at Charlotte.
It's not my conspiracy theory, but it was something that I overheard just now.
Do tell.
Oh, someone was saying that, you know, this everlasting winter, that it's not the fault of Oral, but it is the fault of... Anyone heard of... She like looks around. The Arcane Brotherhood?
Have I heard of the Arcane Brotherhood?
Yeah, you guys have.
Well, that's right. I was told about. They're in the big city, right?
What big city?
You
The main.
heard about the Arcane Brotherhood.
Oh, the
when-
Brotherhood. Oh, the Brotherhood. We didn't know it was called the Arcane Brotherhood.
When I was asking,
You know about the... John knows about the Arcane Brotherhood.
God,
You know that their base of operations is Luskin. Yeah. You, yeah.
excuse me while I write some notes down.
You know that they are trying to gain political and economic control of the North. A group of powerful and evil mages.
They're evil mages for sure.
Or so they say, or so the story goes. You know that the Arcane Brotherhood has been absent from Luskin for a while, but it seems that mayhaps they've turned up here in Icewind Dale.
Oh no! All right. Zarius will share that with the party.
They've got relations with the Zentarum.
Ooh, that's fun.
That is. I really don't want to have any wizards as enemies if I can help it, but it seems like these particular ones are probably not up to anything good.
Well, I mean, it's just a rumor. Though they did say that the, you know, the fellow in East Haven, he apparently is claiming some responsibility in some way, or claiming ties to the Brotherhood.
I see. That is disconcerting, at the very least. Zarius checking his spell book. Oh, good. I did prepare counterspell today.
Oh, that's good. I did prepare silence. Ah, well, if we do have to go up against other mages, I suppose at the very least you'll have some spell books to look over.
There is a serious light in Zarius's eyes when you say that. He's like, yes, more magic. I... He looks at you. Don't try and turn me into an evil wizard with your supposed spell books that they'll just let me look at. I don't believe you.
Oh, you wouldn't share your spell book with someone else?
I don't.
What about Sephic?
No. I'm not sure if I would. It's a very
Oh.
personal. I feel like I'd want to get to know them first, I suppose.
Well, yes, but what about someone you know like Sephic?
Oh, yes, that would be fine. He's seen my spellbook before. We both studied that. He saw Keladex as well. Not Keladex.
Helldeck.
Howdeck.
I was like, whoa.
Really do not want Keladeck to be involved with
No,
anyone.
get that fucker out of here.
He disappeared in the wizard tower, and now he's here in Icewind Dale.
That fucking
Keladeck is
fool
a
runs pretty
wizard
wild,
that
alright,
we-
it's dead.
Keladeck is a wizard that we meme to hell in Saltmarsh.
Yeah.
Poor Keladeck the Unspoken with his tallness and bald head and inability to understand any of you.
Alright.
And his massive orgy.
Yeah.
Alright. We saw Kadros' spellbook and we studied that a bit. He's supposed to be back in a couple of days. I'd like to know what he's doing and make sure he's okay.
Should I? I'm a bit concerned about him, to be honest.
So, I just heard a tall tale as well. Someone was saying that the Frostmaiden lives on a misty isle hidden among the sea of moving ice. I think that's where Keladeck's ship went down. Supposedly, you ring a bell at an old angle.
You mean Sephic's ship?
God.
Keladeck is not the only wizard, okay, John?
Somebody
Gosh.
reorganize my brain for me, please.
No, our boy.
Where Sephic's ship went down. Supposedly, they ring a bell, and a whale with a ship on its back comes to pick you up. I have never heard of such a thing.
Well, that sounds even more far-fetched than what I had to bring to the table. Where is this?
Supposedly, it's in the sea of moving ice, where she makes her home, and it's at Angajuk's bell.
Well, I suppose if we ever have reason to contact her, then that's where we shall go.
Look, as long as she doesn't really care what's going on here for the time being, and we can get the towns to stop killing each other for no reason, we can deal with her eternal winter at a later date, hopefully. And Estrella saw the... Go ahead.
Oh no, she just said there's quite a lot to be done.
Too much, it seems like sometimes. And Estrella heard the Goliath thing?
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Estrella heard...
The magic fish hook thing?
Yeah, the magic fish hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, it's really Sorry.
What? No, go ahead.
It's really funny that you guys said you heard stuff because I also heard stuff.
Oh, I'm
Jel.
gossiping.
Yes. So it's about these two Goliath clans um feuding in the spine of the world, and these people were like, if someone from 10 towns were able to help them put aside their benefits or their differences, whatever, that all the Goliaths would benefit, that like unity or whatever, and that the people of 10 towns could also benefit from this, and that they really want to see Goliaths.
Zarius like sits back and folds his arms. Um. Well, we've seen what the influx of Dragonborn has done for Kirkonig. They're better off for it. What would a tribe of Goliaths do if they were to trade with 10 towns? How would their lives and 10 towns be improved?
Confess I know next to nothing about Goliath culture. I wonder what they could possibly be feuding about.
I don't really know anything about them either, unfortunately. Other than, well, what that unfortunate adventurer was like from the halfling friend, but, and he mainly seemed interested in fighting someone, so. That can't be all of them though, right? They couldn't all possibly just be interested in fighting.
I suppose they could be combat oriented.
Mistral, do you know anything about Goliath? Oh, well, Trevor.
Goliath, really big, like to fight, you know, test
Bigger than
their
you?
well, you know,
It's not often we hear you describe something as big.
well, I mean, they're about as big as me. I hear they're almost as big as me, not quite as big as me, but just about as big as me, you know. Just about. Not quite. I'm 7'2", mind you. Pretty big. I think I'm the biggest one at this table.
No one's doubting your height. Are you doubting your height?
No, why would I doubt my height? I'm super tall. She like stands up and she starts like flexing. She's like, do you see how big I am? I'm like 2 Charlottes, maybe 2.5 Charlottes stacked on top of each other. You know, pretty big.
Kind of leans
How-
over to Zarius, like, certainly not 2.5. But
How tall is Estrella, out of curiosity?
Estrella is like Vidalkin are pretty tall, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
They're stupid tall. I think I made Zarius short. Let me double check for
Aw.
Vidalkin.
you.
Oh yeah, they're pretty tall. She's like 6'4". She's at the fireplace still. She's just like unbothered, unlistened. She goes back to the fireplace after telling you guys the thing. She's like, oh, like as soon as Mistral starts talking, you see her walk away. Like she's just like, oh, like nope, I want no part of this.
Never mind. I said Zarius was 6'4", so yeah.
Okay.
Mistral's still way taller than him. It's like, Mistral, you're definitely the tallest one here. Yes, I'm just asking so we can get an idea of who they are and what they're like.
Yeah, they're pretty big, I guess. But like I said, you know, they're not as big, not as tall as I am. You know, I mean, I'm half giant. Need I remind you? I am half cloud giant. You know,
Just
very. Have you ever? Do you even know anything about a cloud giant? They are regal beings, Zarius. I pretty much come from royalty. Huh? You should, check yourself. You should speak with put some more respect when you speak to me,
If you're supposed to be regal, I weep for the cloud giants, but that is neither here nor there. We're talking about Goliaths.
Well, giants are bigger than Goliath, Zarius. It's a simple. Like you could have answered your own question. Like Mistral's half giant. Giants are huge. Mistral's huge. Goliath, they're pretty big. Not as big as giants. She's definitely bigger. They're definitely smaller. And just as this conversation just keeps going on and on, Mistral trying to really convince you and express how big and tall she is, really going into it, almost like it's strange. It's almost like she has like some kind of strange complex, about her height. It's very weird.
Go ahead, sorry.
Just as this continues to happen, and she's just like speaking about this, you suddenly feel Kadroth's magic book float away from you, and pages from the book tear away as they start to attack you guys. We're gonna go ahead and roll initiative because now we're having combat with Kadroth's evil book.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Book has a fucking problem?
Yeah, this book has a problem. Let me get
I'm eating my breakfast.
in front of my
This
breakfast.
book has a problem thanks to Ziggy, I think.
Wow, John. Wow. Oh, shoot. Goliaths are half giants? Damn, don't tell Mistral that. She's an idiot. She doesn't know that.
Gonna meet the Goliaths. They're all like 10 feet tall. Zarius with his arms crossed, just glaring daggers at Mistral.
She's gonna be like, she's not even gonna look at them. She'll just levitate to be taller.
Oh my god.
She would definitely do some dumb shit like that.
Can I roll for what Zarius might have read about cloud giants?
Yeah, go for it. Go ahead and roll me in. Let me know what you would like to roll for your research and tell me why. That's what we'll do.
I'd probably do maybe investigation.
Okay. That works.
I mean, just how much is he? How many like he reads every book he can get his hand on, but
Right.
has he been able to get his hands on different types of books while he's been in Icewind Dale?
Yeah.
That is a 17 on the dice, and that is a 25 total.
All right. 25 total. You know that, Mistral's not she's not really lying about the cloud giants. You know that they live in a luxury and they are very opulent, and you know that they live amongst the clouds, and you know that they're very to themselves. They do not really mingle with others who are not cloud giants. As a matter of fact, the only other giants that they even think of as being able to like on their level are storm giants. They believe that storm giants are their equal, not better than them, of course, and they believe that all other giants are basically peasants to them. That they are pretty outrageous.
They certainly don't mingle with small folk.
No, absolutely not. They would never. They're very like self-important. They're pretty like closed off, and they do not welcome outsiders. And knowing this it has you kind of perplexed as to how the fuck does Mistral exist? Because she's like, they don't mingle with their kind. Like, so.
Yeah.
How...
Mistral's told us this before, but
yeah.
Now that I've confirmed that Zarius has the knowledge, it's just like
Yeah.
everything Mistral says is under suspect as far as Zarius is concerned.
You know that they're very like strategic in combat. They like close quarters. Quite a bit of them. They got like an easygoing nature. They like to party. They like to chill. They, they're...
Got an idea of them at least.
Yeah, you got a pretty good idea for them. They live up high in the clouds. They have their own version of language called Jotunsky. They were often illiterate, and you're just like, oh, fuck. That's right. Yeah.
Minstrel's starting to make some more sense now, I guess.
Yeah. And you're just like, oh, okay. And, yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, you got it. And let's get some combat music going. Let's get some combat music as this stupid book attacks you. Do. Let's get some.
Hey, I got some good spells from that book, okay?
You did. And now the book has come back for its vengeance.
Alright, book, calm down.
The Sirenscape. Oh, maybe this is not the best music for... let's maybe try this instead. Let's do this. Actually, let's take a quick break, and when we come back from the break, we will have this epic book fight, because we should be taking our break around this time. It'll give me a little more time to get the battle prepped, and then we can have an epic book fight. A swarm of book pages as they attempt to slice and dice at you. So we will be right back.
We have a fight. It's not even gonna sate Charlotte's bloodlust. Fuck.
Sad.
Stupid book doesn't have blood.
Thank you, Ziggy, for for redeeming.
Shove all the pages in my mouth. I eat it.
We will be right back. Appreciate it. Thank you all for joining us. Go ahead and straight your legs, get some drinks, get some snacks, and we will be back in 15 minutes.
Rime of the Frostmaiden will be taking a short break. We should be back in a few minutes. Take this moment to refresh yourself, stretch, and perhaps get yourself a cup of tea. If you do not have the appropriate dishware, I will be happy to provide it myself, as well as the appropriate beverage. While you're waiting, do check out our social media. Any links to them are provided on screen. Follow our Twitter at A Minstrel's Tale for updates and additional content, and be sure to also follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Minstrel's Tale to receive notifications for when the next stream goes live. Missed past episodes? Don't worry, they're all available to view on our YouTube channel, A Minstrel's Tale. Additionally, check out our card, rimeofthefrostmomo.crd.co for character bios, links to other social media, and more. Enjoy the break, and we'll be back soon with more Frostmaiden.
Good evening, viewers. Zarius here, reminding you to get up, stretch, even look away from your monitor for a few minutes. After all, self-care leads to a healthy mind, and, well, you want to be alert for what comes next. Perhaps even brew yourself a cup of tea. Get a little caffeine in you. Charlotte makes, by the way, hands down the very best tea in existence. If you think otherwise, I'd recommend stating your opinion outside of fireball range. I tend to get a little bit protective when she's involved.
Pleased to meet you. My name is Charlotte. I am a warforged of unknown origin with quite a few gaps in my memory. I first remember coming to consciousness when my now traveling companion and new flame Zarius stumbled upon my form buried under several feet of snow. He was on the brink of death when he found me, but I was able to give him another chance at life, just as he had me. We decided to travel together after that, and had been doing so for a year prior to meeting the rest of our lovely group. I do my utmost to protect all of them, as I care for them all deeply. That sometimes involves striking bargains with entities that don't exactly accept prayer in the traditional sense. But if anyone were to dare harm a member of my party, there would surely be bloodshed anyhow, don't you think? As for my missing memories, I'm quite torn on the matter. While I'd like to know more about my past, I suspect that what I learned will be neither pleasant nor painless if what I have recovered thus far is any indication of what's to come. I'm not going to let that get me down, however. While I'm not the biggest fan of my past, I am more than happy with my present, traveling 10 towns with my dear companions and protecting them every step of the way.
Arriving to the utterly insufficient dance floor, a beauty of unknown and mysterious origins whose piercing green eyes and agile movements have lanced through the heart and souls of any fated to see her, including my own. I give you the amazing, the cheerful, the unmatched Terpsichore.
Oh, Mistral, stop! You're making me blush. As Mistral so magnificently stated, I am Terpsichore. I've danced my way across the lands far and wide, filling crowds with glee. The lovely Clothis has led me to 10 towns with my wonderful, amazing, beautiful, spectacular friends. Fulfilling our predestined past is much more than I could have ever asked for, really. Oh, but do be careful. I won't hesitate to cut anyone's threads. Oh, wait. If you don't understand what that means, I mean that I'll kill you.
If your heart hasn't been moved, I know your wallets have. If you want to know more about this mysterious beauty, make sure to buy a copy of her artfully woven book, The Secrets of Faerun, sold at fine traders and general stores all across the realm.
Hi, I'm Dorielle, but you can call me Dory. You know what? We should just be friends. I'm gonna tell you some stuff about me, and then you can tell me some stuff about you, and then we'll be friends, right? Okay, so a couple of things about me. I'm a satyr, obviously, but I'm from the Feywild, which is different from Schmo. He's from Cactus. I'm 10. My favorite food is sticky buns, especially when Zarius makes them. I really love the color lilac. I really like parties. I really like pranks. I'm super smart. I'm super wise. Ooh, I'm gonna tell you about my best friend. Her name's Niru. She's really nice. She brought me to 10 towns and she made me super duper powerful. And you know what? You should meet her. You can join the best friends club and she'll make you super powerful too. I think I see Charlotte coming over here. And she doesn't look too happy. I might be in trouble. Don't worry, I'm really good at getting out of trouble, especially with Charlotte. But I think I have to go. I promise I'll talk to you later. You can tell me all about you, but I have to go. Okay, bye!
Howdy there, my name's Schmo Iverson, it's a pleasure. I ended up in 10 towns due to some mind flayers abducted me when I was on my lonesome back in my homeland of Flagstaff. The stuff they did was mighty nasty, but to my surprise, their ship went and crashed in 10 towns. Luckily for me, I was born an Satyr, and so I made my way to 10 towns trying to figure out a cure for the parasite the mind flayers put in my brain. Along these travels, I did end up bumping into my party, and the rest is history. Though, might be important to mention, I did pass away in a nasty tussle, but was brought back by someone I have yet to know much about, hey, I got magic now.
A most eloquently spoken and unnaturally skilled plucker of strings surely needs no introduction. But if my realm-shaking reputation and voice, the likes of which the gods themselves wait on, have not reached the pale and unfortunate rock you live under, hearken to my words, for I will fill your poor uncultured ears with the tales of minstrel, harpist, bard, adventurer, and weaver of extraordinary stories. My voice unmatched, my tales unbeatable, my heart untaken. Or is it? Come now, dear listener, I will weave you tales of plucky adventures, downtrodden citizens, untoward warlords, and evils only the mightiest of hearers might vanquish. Listen well, for this very night I leave to share my stories and my lovely self with the next town in need of my glowing presence. Tonight you will become another one of the Bard Minstrel's biggest fans.
Humanity has many theories on why the universe is so quiet, on why we haven't discovered signs of intelligent life or heard the echoes of other sapient species of the past. Not many would have guessed it was because we were being protected, sheltered from the rest of the universe, from an ever-expanding war, and ultimately our responsibility within it. Regardless of whether or not humanity is ready for it, great change is coming. Evolution on a daily scale, powers that resemble magic from mythology, and an all-consuming enemy clawing at the proverbial gate. Humanity must adapt or die. Neither Arthur Blackburn nor his family are prepared for these tribulations, but they are determined to rise to the challenge. Ascendant Family is a lit RPG post-apocalyptic fantasy adventure centered around a family and their fight to survive, grow, and reunite in a world drastically changed by a foreign energy. They will fight beasts, monsters, and even their fellow man as they try to keep themselves and their community alive and safe. Grappling with new powers, strange enemies, and unexpected allies, they attempt to carve out a place for themselves in the new chaos of Earth, as they struggle to understand this new energy, the changes it's causing, and the strange war humanity has been thrust into. Greetings, audience. Please gaze upon the majestic makers of maps who enhance our stream. These colorful cartographers have no equal, and if you too wish to tread upon their velveteen creations, simply head to one of their Patreons below. These wizards of topography will surely appreciate it. They are Pogs Props, Maps and Quests, Dr. Mapso, Cartographer's Cantrip, Dynamic Dungeons, Dice Grimorium, Incarnate, The Modern Lich.
Frostmaiden will be back in just a few moments. Please gather up all snacks, loved ones, and ensure that you are seated comfortably and appropriately before you rejoin us on our adventure. We're glad to have you.
Ever the industrious adventurers, you can find A Minstrel's Tale on a plethora of social media websites. You can visit us on Twitter, for example, at A Minstrel's Tale. And, please, don't forget that we stream every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can find us at twitch.tv/Minstrel's Tale. And, well, if you happen to miss a stream, a terrible crime indeed, have no fear. All of our previous streams are available on YouTube at the A Minstrel's Tale channel. Thank you for watching our content, and if you're feeling kind, please follow us.
All right, and we are back from our break. We were just doting on J.A. Wilson, the critically acclaimed author of Ascendant Family. Check out his book, available on Amazon.com.
She calls it doting, I call it bully.
We're not bullying.
It's aggressive support.
Aggressive support. Yes. Yes. Aggressive
oh my God, I'm
support.
so sorry.
So, without further ado, let's get this battle started. Sorry, I had a brain fart.
Book show on the road.
Yeah, let's get this show on the road. Bam. Well, bam. Let me know what you guys roll for initiative.
Oh, I rolled it before this. I got an 11.
You got an 11? Okay.
Also rolled it before. I got a 9.
A 9? Okay.
I'll just take whatever foundry you generated.
Okay. And a 9? Well, how appropriate. Because Mr. Zarius, as the book springs from your side, ripping open in half and the pages go flailing everywhere, you are up first and Charlotte is on deck.
Okay. Did Estrella roll an advantage with her fancy dancy what is it?
Oh yeah, I guess I
Anyways.
did. She got a 6. It's fine.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right. So it's a lot of pages basically.
It's a swarm of this book this book has just torn itself apart, and this pages are just swarming and swirling around you guys. So all of you, it's like within your reach, this swarm of evil book pages. Kadroth's book seems to have sprung alive, strangely enough, and you are now under attack by that evil wizard's book.
Okay.
Probably put some kind of evil spell on it or something, like, after I die X amount of days, whoever is in possession of my book is to be attacked by it. Probably some evil wizard shit like that, you know.
Some evil wizard shit.
You know, evil wizard shit, you know. Or points. Or Ziggy, you know.
Or Ziggy. Fucking Ziggy. Alright. I I am going to go support wizard for this combat,
All right.
and I am going to haste Terpsichore.
Oh.
Got that new 6th level spell hotness.
Okay.
And
Okay. I see.
as I am right next to the creature, I am going to bonus action and activate my psionic shield.
All right. Charlotte, you are up next. Terpsy, you're on deck.
Okay, so it's my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Charlotte is going to, with her bonus action, pull the little animated shield off her back, like kind of toss it, and then it's going to start rotating around her, so that's up now. And with her action, she's going to cast Spirit Guardian. So all of the cutlery floats off of the table and starts a little swarm along with the book pages.
So now you guys not only have this ripped up book pages kind of trying to slice at you with its paper cuts, you now also have all the cutlery from the tables, as well as some other like additional teapots and teacups kind of also swirling around you. And it's quite a chaotic mess of pages and cutlery. I fucking love that.
I don't remember if this does damage right away.
Corey is going to murder us.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
So it doesn't affect you guys. I don't want it to affect them. So
It's like on its turn or something, I
their
think.
speed is halved in the area, and when they enter the area for the first time on a turn, and they start its turn there, they have to make a wisdom save.
Okay. A dexterity save, you said?
Wisdom.
Oh, wisdom save. Okay. Very cool. And is that your turn?
That's my turn.
All right. Mistral seeing these pages just swirl about, and now the cutlery swirling about, she goes ahead and gives Terpsichore bardic stuff, and she strums at her harp, and you now have bardic inspiration, Terpsy, and that is her turn. Terpsy is up, the book is following, and Estrella is on deck.
Okay. What does haste do again?
You have one additional action, a bonus to AC, and advantage on dexterity saving throws. So you can use that additional action to make one weapon attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. So you
Cool.
can make another attack with your dagger if you wanted to, as an example.
Yeah, we're gonna stab the book.
All right, go ahead and roll me an attack.
That is a wild phrase. I stabbed the book.
That's a 16.
All right. You just barely, as you take out your dagger and you slice at the swarm of pages around you. Go ahead and roll damage.
I get sneak attack, right? Because we're all enemies, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. That is 18.
All right. So 18 damage. So let me see here. So you go ahead and slice successfully at these pages, doing some damage. You guys watch as some of the pages kind of fall to the ground, and others, now kind of having slices and cuts upon them, aren't swarming around quite as well as they were before. You also all notice that the patrons in the tavern have ran out of their chairs knocked over, and they've all rushed into the other room. You can hear quite a commotion. This chaos is kind of stirred up. And it is now the book's turn. The book swarm. Oh, wait. Did you need anything else? I'm so sorry, Terpsy.
Because I have, 2 actions? Yeah. With haste?
Oh, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Look again.
Yeah, go for it.
That's a 21.
Okay, 21 hits. Go ahead and roll the damage.
Ooh. That is... brain don't do math immediately.
That's a mood.
23.
23. Okay. You watch as you slice again through the pages of this book, feeling quite fast and speedy, having the haste cast upon you by Zarius. And this time you kind of like jump up, do a swirl around, slicing as they twirl around you, and half of the pages which were swarming around you guys at this point have now been littered to the floor, just shredded, and the book which the pages had sprung from is just flapping right in front of your face, Zarius, almost tauntingly. You being right in front of it, it goes ahead and tries to slam the book closing shut tight quickly and bringing a slam down upon your head. Let me go ahead and roll to attack.
It also needs to make a wisdom saving
Oh yes,
throw
it also means
for
needs. Is it at the beginning or end of its turn?
At the beginning.
Beginning. Okay. A wisdom saving throw, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Wisdom saving throw. That's a 7.
That does
fails.
not hit.
Yeah.
So that is plus 6. That is 14 points of... What damage do you do? 14 points of radiant damage.
Okay, so you see as this book takes damage. Jesus, you guys see as this
third level
book
spell.
book takes damage right before it, right as it closes. It kind of like flops around in front of your face's areas, and instead of like bonking you on the head, this book kind of slaps you across the face. Let me see here. Blue. Let me get my DM dice that you gave me, John.
Is it trying to attack me or is it?
It is.
just,
It's attacking you.
auto-hit?
It's just slapping you. Okay.
Instant kill for Zarius.
That's does a 16 hit?
It does not with the psionic
Alright.
shield.
God damn it. Damn fuck. I really. Okay. All right. Okay. A loss. It misses, but it tries to slap again. Does a 21 hit, Zarius?
It does.
Okay.
Yes.
What is this? This is hit. Let's see. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this, man. Fuck this stat block. This stat block's ass. Okay. Okay, Zarius, you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage from this book as it slaps you across the face.
It's a strong book.
That's a lot of damage. Flex tape is not gonna fix that shit.
And it is Astrala's turn.
All right. She is making her single attack with her halberd then. And oof, that's a 2 on the dice. So
A 2 does not hit.
it does.
Sad
not.
day.
She does not have any bonus actions, so that'll be it.
She like watches as these pages flap around, and she just, her large halberd just has a hard time landing a hit on these nimble pages and strange floating book. And that brings us to Zarius. It's your turn. You've just been slapped in the face with your own book that you stole from an evil wizard. What would you like to do?
I would like to cast. I am going to cast Scorching Ray.
Okay, go ahead and cast a Scorching Ray.
Here. What is my 2-hit? Sorry, I apologize. One
No, you're
second.
fine.
With the Arcane Grimoire. Okay. 10, a natural 20, and a 1. Holy fuck.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Can you ping Scorching Ray for me?
Of course, yeah.
All right.
So.
Range spell attack for each right on it. Save
Okay. I apologize. It's been a while
nice.
since I cast a normal attack spell for Azarius. Proficiency bonus, trust intelligence. Okay, yeah, so that's like a 22 and like a 30 to hit.
Yeah, they both hit.
And then natural 1, it's like a 13, I think.
That does not hit.
Okay.
So you got a nat 20 on one of those, yeah?
I did, yes.
Holy shit,
so,
he's like, fuck this book.
We're doing 66 total, so.
Damage?
That is. Yeah, 2d6 from the first bolt, and then 4d6 from the second bolt from the natural 20.
Okay, so what's your total damage you just did?
Hold on, let me roll it. So there was 11, plus 6 is 17, plus 5 is 23, plus 10 is 33, plus 10 is 43.
Yeah. So, you guys watch as Zarius just, like, his hands spring forward and magic comes from them. Rays of fire is hurled, like, little, like, missilistic, like, laser fire beams to each of the page in the book, and everything just is set on fire and just drops to the floor in ash. And we're out of combat.
Damn.
Bro, you decimated the freaking book. You decimated the book.
Let me see here. I have to erase the spell book and anything that I had not taken from it now. Where's Kadros spell book?
You didn't have plans to become an evil wizard, Annie Hoosids.
Did you?
Did you?
What, say again?
I said you didn't have plans to become an evil wizard, now did you?
I can neither confirm nor deny. Okay, Kadros spellbook. Oh, I didn't take Agonez or Scorcher from it. And I didn't take Fast Friends either.
Now you have slow friends.
Now I have slow friends.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I couldn't afford to take those down, so.
Terpsy's like, you better not burn my book. No.
I will delete that item from my my equipment.
Well, hopefully that was a fun
Darius
little
is just
combat
gonna
for you
pull
guys.
like the floating bits of fiery paper, and well, that was a bit of a waste.
What the hell was that? Astrala's like hands on her hips, just like looming over at you, like, well, not really looming since you guys are the same height, but she's like hands on her hips, and she's just like, what in the hell was that?
Well, it was an evil wizard. Maybe he was a cleric. I'm not sure. Probably a wizard, since he had the spell.
I take offense to that.
Evil. You took the book from an evil wizard, and you've been carrying it around on you.
Yes, he had some very interesting spells that I've been able to copy down.
You are copying down evil wizard spells.
Look, spells are just tools. They're, it depends on who's using them.
She looks over at Charlotte and kind of like, do you hear this? And then looks over at Zarius. I'll let me delete this book. Evil spells. I thought you were out here doing good, yet you're copying down evil wizard spells.
It
Zarius.
was an evil wizard.
Listen, I understand that there may be a gray area for some spells. However, I think that the majority of spells, at least, could be trusted in Zarius' hands. I hope. She looks at him.
He's like, he looks away. He's like, I probably shouldn't have taken Summon Undead if I'm being honest with all of you, but
That's the one I was sort of, thinking about.
Summon undead. Is that the one where you summon that creepy skeleton and you shoved a torch in its eyeball?
yes, that's the one.
Not fond of that one either.
Oh,
Yes.
I lost.
It's quite creepy.
I lost the ability to make people very old and die in 30 days as well. Very sad.
Oh, you what?
The evil wizard's dead. I mean, it's not like he's gonna use the spells. At least Zarius was using them.
But they're evil spells.
No, they're just spells. So,
Listen.
some of them are objectively evil, and I did not write those ones down.
Estrella. Look. And she takes the warhammer off of her back. Would you say that my warhammer is evil?
Well, it's just a weapon.
Yes, a weapon.
But
And is what I do with it, does that not depend on who I am as a person, the user?
I suppose.
There we have it.
I mean, you can't deny he's been quite at first I was proud of him, of the things that he'd been doing, and it has been quite a roller coaster of emotions with the things that I've been hearing since he's been coming to this strange place. What would your parents think, Zarius?
I mean, well, they disapproved of me studying books. They didn't really disapprove, it was more they just wished I was normal, I guess.
Yes, normal. Why couldn't you have just been normal, Zarius? Then none of this would have happened. Then you would have been whisked away by and brought to this place, and then I wouldn't have had to be sent here by your sister, and then none of this would have happened. It's cold here and I hate it.
Sirius isn't actually laughing at her, but I am.
Estrella,
Yes.
normal here is relative. I believe that you're the odd one out.
Well, normal back home is very nice, quite nice. Like Zarius' sister, his sister, very normal, very nice. Why couldn't you have just been, taken more after your sister? She's such a good example for you. Yet you don't follow
Isabella
it.
is normal?
I mean, well, she kind of just crosses her arms and turns her back very quickly. If you got a passive perception over 16, you notice a slight tinge of red across her cheeks as she turns around quickly.
Oh, I have 17. Interesting. Yes, our conversation was very brief. Your sister and I, Estrella, do you know her very well?
Well, yes, of course I know her. She has her back still turned to you, and she's kind of just shaking her head and just kind of tapping her foot. Like she seems kind of fidgety there in the corner. She has her back turned, her arms still folded tightly.
Charlotte smells blood in the water.
She what?
She smells blood in the water.
Oh my god.
She kind of slowly strides behind her.
Of course I know her. She sent me here. I'm a knight who is assigned to her. I am here at her request and to fetch Zarius and take him back home after he's done frolic around this whatever it is, Icelands.
You seem quite eager to return home.
Well, yes, it's quite nice back home. It's familiar, it's comfortable. It's not cold and frigid and terrible and gosh,
To be fair, the tropical climate is actually quite nice here.
I see.
Oh no, I need to call her this morning.
Oh, do you?
Yes, I mean, she provided me with the fancy locket to reach out to her, and...
Oh, wonderful. I was afraid I was going to receive another lovely knock in the head if I tried that.
At the mention of reaching out to her, you see Estrella kind of turn back a little bit and peek over her shoulder towards Zarius. You haven't contacted her yet.
No, I don't really want to experience one of my older sister's lambastings.
Well, if you're not going to contact her, then at least hand it over to me and I can contact her. Don't let that go to waste.
I will contact her today. That doesn't. I promise you, I will do that. Explain what's going on, so that
Well,
no more Vidalcan are sent here.
I would like to be present for the meeting so that I can ensure that the item is being used properly and that it is not going to waste. I owe her at least that much.
Zaria sort of quirks an eyebrow. All right. It would be good for both you and her to hear one additional piece of information. So
She kind of raises an eyebrow at you.
there's something I really didn't want to talk about, and we'll have that discussion when I talk to my sister.
Trust me, I want no part of your whatever it is you've got going on with your... I don't want to be in the middle of it.
Zarius, you still think she's an automaton, don't you?
Oh, you're talking about us?
No, I just...
No,
whatever you've got going on, it is not my place to get mixed up and meddle in your family, whatever you would like to call it.
So you don't want to be there for the talk?
No, I need to be there for the talk so that I make sure that it's not going to waste and that he's properly contacting his sister. I should be there for the talk. I owe her that much. I promised that I would find him and make sure that he contacts her and that I bring him back.
Seems as if you miss quite a lot of things back home.
Well, naturally, it's quite normal for one to miss their home, is it not? Zarius, don't you miss home? Don't wait, or are you all from here?
Charlotte kind of puzzles at that.
I miss my mother and father and Isabella and Jezrin, but I do not really miss the strange looks I got for taking an interest in just the arcane and not the machinery as much.
So you don't feel homesick, not at all.
Oh, I do. I desperately would like to return home and hug my family who's... I don't know if support's the right word, but they at very least didn't discourage my interest in the oddity of magic.
So, do none of you feel homesick? She kind of looks around to each of you, and Mistral kind of shakes her head no. She's like, hell no.
Well, Terpsichore's home wants to murder her.
Okay. My home does not want to murder me. People that I wrote about want to murder me, and they were not from Theros.
All right. Fair enough.
People there want to kill me by association. And I mean, it was also my choice to leave Theros. I didn't get run out of there. I left.
Her eyes kind of widen, taking this in.
Right.
I do miss my sisters. Not all of them. A couple of them.
Oh my god, I love that. Not all of them.
And I do want to talk to one of them, but that's a later thing.
So you're traveling with someone who's being stalked by assassins, and that one who doesn't care about their home, and she looks to Charlotte. Are you not homesick? Surely you can't be from this place.
You know, now that I know a bit more about it, I think I am.
Oh, you're from this place. Okay, well then.
Well, not from Kerkonik.
But this, I see.
It wasn't covered in snow.
Oh, so the snow goes away. This is just like...
Not
She
right
kind of like
now.
clenches her teeth, like, ooh.
What do you mean, no?
I will begin to explain the story of Oral and the Eternal Winter.
You see fucking Mistral in the back, like, mouthing her poem, like, having her arms out. She's like, blah, 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 blah. Like, silently whispering her poem, like, proudly.
Terpsy is not happy hearing the poem.
Oh my god. So I don't know if I would say homesick in particular. It's
Oh.
considering how much time has passed, I don't know. I don't know if there's a home to return to.
Well,
Or if it will be the same.
well, maybe you can return back to Zarius's home. I mean, you two are together. That's quite normal. Couples, people that are together, they can, often they want to build a home together. So, I mean, not my place to say, but in needing to get Zarius home, if you are his companion or his partner or whatever the title you use, that matters not. But then perhaps I need to get the both of you back home.
Estrella, with all due respect, Zarius, I have my own mysteries to solve here in 10 Towns, and I do not feel comfortable leaving them as is. I have my own obligations, as well as, well, many problems we need to fix here. I can't just leave my home like this.
You know, okay, so she kind of just like pulls over a chair and like slumps down on it.
Something bothering you?
Yeah, I guess, I'm just here along for the ride. Shall we get to whatever it is today's duties are then? Do you have some kind of list or something? Things that we can attend to and complete the list, and then we can return you back home. She looks up at you with like pleading eyes.
Charlotte kind of like eyes you, Zarius, and kind of like subtly like makes a little tap to her temple, like a, can you send me a message?
Yeah. Yes?
I have a strange request. If you do end up talking to your sister, could you at least allow Estrella to speak with her a little bit? She seems, well, deathly homesick for other things. I think she's not mentioning here.
Is Zarius picking up what Charlotte's putting down?
You tell me, bro. You tell me if Zarius picking up on that.
I'm gonna roll for
The pause
Yeah.
and other things is pretty clear. I feel like
She like puts emphasis on that. She's just like eye waggles.
that's an italics. I feel like
That's an italics.
kind of raises the eyebrows.
That's a 16, so I'm gonna be like, oh.
Yes, I was
You
surprised
start,
too.
yeah, you start to put things together, Zarius, and like memories of seeing your sister and Estrella, like what once when you're like recalling like them interacting with one another, what at once seemed like just really innocent interactions between the two ladies. When you're now recalling those memories, you're like, with having this insight from Charlotte, you're seeing these memories in a different light, and you're just like, oh my god, the signs were there all along and I was just too blind to see it. And you can tell from like recalling these memories like visually that you're just like, holy shit, I think the feeling is mutual, and you're just like, yeah, that's what you're able to put together with this
Zarius
new
probably-
insight.
Zarius probably doesn't even mean to send it as a message, but Charlotte just here. You know, I was wondering why she was so insistent upon guarding her in her room at night, but now that makes a lot more
Oh my! Well, a Vidalcan blush is not as subtle as you think, Zarius.
Say what did Charlotte
Oh.
say again?
A Vidalcan blush is not as subtle as you may think, Zarius.
Do you say this or are you in message?
We're in message.
Okay. Oh my god.
I'll I'll put my hand on Estrala's shoulder and just be like, well, we have three, three charges for contact, and if you'd like to use one to send a message to someone at home, that's perfectly fine.
Oh, this is a one-way, well, a two-way, I guess you would say, kind of situation where this is linked to the other one that she has.
How? I apologize,
No, you're fine.
Momo. Do I have? Did you send me the item somewhere of what it does exactly?
I did it because I made it up in my brain palace.
What was? Oh, okay. So I'm gonna just write down.
I believe it was like
like
once a day. It's like a little compact thing where you can like
Yeah.
open it and it's like
Yeah,
holographic kind
The
of
3 a day, I believe, is the
Dory's.
stuff.
Yeah,
So-
Dory's is 3-day.
So I'm just gonna write down Isabella's compact.
Yeah.
Allows communication through the planes and the universe
Yeah.
between the two items, between the two compacts.
Yeah, so like you can contact her once a day, and then from the other side, that will like open up a contact between the two of you, and then basically if she contacts you from her side, the compact will start to like light up, and
I'm just imagining it makes like the Star Trek tricorder
yeah,
noise.
yeah. Totally. No, it totally does. It totally does. Yeah, it totally does. So it's like a little. It's kind of like a once a day cell phone or FaceTime. You know, it's like a once a day FaceTime basically.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So, our list is we would like to get our friend Sefik back to us, and then there is a wizard who has been sentenced to death down in one of the towns that John is forgetting, but Zarius
Haven?
definitely wouldn't with his ridiculous intelligence.
He's David.
Yeah, East Haven. Yeah.
Oh, and we can investigate the Nabira Moor School and those gnolls, if that's close by when we get down there.
Yeah. All right. Note to
Um,
self,
but-
don't share the strange stories I hear there. Because it seems that when I share the strange stories with you guys, that gets added to the list of things we have to do before we can take you back home. She's kind of
Well,
like mumbling to herself, like you definitely hear her, but she's just like,
Estrella, I will begin work on repairing the teleporter tonight, and I'm not just going to. I need the capability to get back here. I want to be able to move between both places. So, this isn't just a rescue in my mind, though I do want to be able to send you back. You've come. I am not unappreciative of what the sacrifices you've made to come and make sure I am protected. I want that to be known. But I want to be able to move between both places. This place is important to me now.
so you intend to just go back and forth between the two, just on a whim with this, and she pulls out the freaking the contraption that's like all folded up into itself. And it's like a cube when it's all folded up. It looks kind of strange. And she's like, with this, you think that this is just, William Nilliam. You can just back and forth whenever you feel like it at the drop of a pin or hat or whatever the stupid saying is. You think you can just do that? You know how dangerous it was coming here, and look at the thing. It's damaged now, and I can't even get back. And what if you go back and then it's damaged? And oh no, guess you can't come back here. Or what if you come back here and now it's damaged? And
Estrella, please take a deep breath for a moment.
the headaches you cause, Zarius. She starts like rubbing her forehead.
I don't necessarily need to use that item. There are magics that potentially could be used instead.
Oh, 'cause you and your magics. You hear under her breath. Charlotte hears this. You hear under her breath, Charlotte. You hear the things I do for your sister.
She just keeps that little tidbit to herself.
with that big passive perception you've got.
Nothing gets past her except for things that Dory does sometimes.
Somewhere in the Feywild, Dory is being mischievous. You can feel it in your bones.
I know it. She picks up the stuff on what are you doing?
Put that down.
Somewhere in the Feywild, Dory cursed.
Language. Charlotte just whispers language into it periodically. Eat your vegetables.
Just go put a silver in the swear jar. I know what you're doing.
It's past your bedtime. Just like randomly fucking checking and just dropping messages.
Yeah, literally. Hello, Dory. If you're hearing this, you shouldn't. It's past your bedtime.
Oh my god.
God.
Oh, we have to tell Hal that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She definitely has started one of her nighttime messages like that.
Oh my god. That's so good.
God damn it. Alright.
Sorry.
What? Fuck, what were we even doing?
Yeah, Charles like, okay, well, what's on the agenda? Like, all exasperated and shit. She's like, well...
So, Sefik said he would be back in a few days, yes? Is that correct?
I believe so. Yes. And
What did
he say? What he? I think he said he would say or like send something to us when he got back, or tell us like where he was going.
Yeah, he said that he would be back in a couple of days, and he said that if you guys aren't here, then he'll assume that you've gone to East Haven, and he'll meet up with you in East Haven.
That's what I
Oh.
Because he said he didn't say like what he was doing, but he just said like he needs to like handle some personal business for a few days, and he'll either catch up with you guys back. And if you guys are here in a few days, then he'll meet up with you here. But if you guys aren't here, he'll assume you've gone to East Haven because he knows that that was like your guys' plans.
Next on the list, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just, for some reason, I'm imagining Sefik as like this East New York mobster. Just, I got some personal business to handle.
Oh my
Be back in a
god.
few days.
Oh my god.
He's off like tying fucking concrete boots to someone.
Dropping him below the front. Dropping him below the ice.
You guys, wow.
Batteren has only 7 fingers now.
Oh my goodness. Wow, the slander on our friend Sefik, our dear friend, who has lost so much, the love of his life, his friends, everything, and oh my goodness.
I still haven't deciphered his book from Diniv's Rest.
Oh, sorry, what was that, John? Oh yeah, shit. I need to get that to you.
And anyways, so I say we begin our journey towards East Haven, unless does anyone else need something here? I gave Corey Prestidigitation and Firebolt from the spell scrolls, and I gave God, what's the speaker's name? Somebody help me here.
Trovis.
Trovis, thank you. I gave Trovis his Firebolt spell. Whether or not he can actually read it and learn it is totally different.
Oh my god, can he read?
I'm pretty sure he's also illiterate. Terpsy offered to teach him how to read.
Yes, yes, she did. And he was very excited at that. He was just like, "Oh my god, Queen, you would teach me how to read?" Ooh.
That's right, Trovis. You were trying to explain the spell scroll to him. I forgot about that. All right.
That was pretty great.
So, does anyone else need to do anything here in town? Anything we need to purchase from Fosenfar before we depart?
I don't think so.
So,
well, there's always rations in case we find someone else who will be in need of them. I personally don't need any, but I know you two like to eat. Well, you 3. You 4, actually. Oh my goodness.
5 when Sefik returns. And we can't forget the Arc speaks. Though I'd like to.
They help us get to where we're going to go, and they have not hurt you thus far. But,
Not physically, no.
Oh, are they bullying you?
I know they're plotting my murder. I can feel it.
She has like a press X to doubt.
You can tell he's like, he's gotten over his fear of them a little bit, but it's still there. He's just fucking about it.
That's all I really have to stock up on. Everything else I'm quite ready to go. So I could.
Strala, do you need any equipment or anything?
Oh, I'm fine. I brought everything that I need, and everything is accounted for as of this morning. So.
Excellent. Let us say our goodbyes and depart then.
All right. Sorry, I was talking with Momo. We don't have to RP. I can purchase the rations and add them.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Cool.
So, all right. So, you guys purchase the necessary items, and just as you're about to leave, Allie comes over to you, kind of seemingly quickly, and approaches you all. Hello. I have a message for you all, and two actually. They came early this morning and didn't want to interrupt, and then there was quite a lot of noise. I did my best to keep Corey occupied. She looks around like, is everything all right?
Xerius is like quickly using prestidigitation to try and clean up any sort of mess.
Charlotte is like placing the cutlery that still remains like on the tables and stuff.
Everything good, yes? To your liking?
Yes.
There was quite an influx of patrons, really kind of stormed the other area. I was able to convince Corey that, word had spread to Caer Dineval about our famous breakfast, and, people were just fighting to get in. So she bought it, and, yeah.
Allie, you are an absolute gem. Thank you. Corey would be very upset at us. There was just a spot of trouble with a magic book. Being adventurers, sometimes we pick up items that are a little more dangerous than we expect, but it's taken care of, and I have cleaned up as best I can. So.
Oh yes, thank you very much. Okay, so, I will leave these to you then, and, it's, quite busy, so it was great seeing you all, and, Gouda told me to, give this back to you all as well, and she hands over the sending stone.
All right. It was lovely seeing you again, Annie. Please send Gouda our regards as well.
Will do. He's out gathering some things for items and such. They been very helpful. It's been so nice that they've settled down here. And she kind of like blushes and smiles at you all. She waves and kind of scurries away back to business. You guys have 2 paper letters that were given to you, and the sending stone that you guys let Gouda borrow for talking to Dory.
All right. I will open the letters, I guess, and spread them out on the table.
All right.
They start attacking us.
No.
A swarm of letters begins to form.
A swarm of... No, I'm just kidding. You spread out the letters. One of the letters is from the dwarven woman from Caer Dineval. She is sending her thanks to you for, what you've done for Caer Dineval, and just like really laying it on about how, she's like, oh, it was great meeting you guys. And, you really awoken something in me that night that you rescued us from the cistern. And, I can't thank you enough. And, trade has been so great between our towns. And there's now, like, instead of a sense of rivalry and kind of enemy, it's kind of like now between the towns, those two towns, there's a much friendlier vibe between the two. And she says that, like, it's been mutually beneficial, like, to both of the towns, and she thanks you so much. And included with the letter is 10 gold and a little like the speaker coin that or the town coin you got from Trovis for Caer Konig. There's a similar coin in there that is like a Caer Dineval one, basically, and it has like the big Caer kind of engraved into it. And it says, like, here's a token of my appreciation, and proof that you are like a kind of known as to be like a helper and hero of this town. You come into Caer Dineval and you show this coin around, and people are going to take care of you. And if you show it to people in other towns, then they'll know that you're very well trusted by Caer Dineval.
Awesome. So we have Caer Konig's coin and Caer Dineval's.
Yeah, so you've got 2 of those now.
If we collect all 10, does it unlock a secret area?
I don't know. Maybe it does. Who knows?
I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Catch him, gotta catch. No, I'm sorry. But yeah, so yeah, you've got 2 of them, and that's pretty awesome. Yeah, so
we have to get Bremen's coin last because we're gonna have to commit so many crimes to like fuck up our reputation, and then the other towns are gonna want to talk to us.
Wait, what? Bremen likes you.
You mean Targos?
Oh yeah, Targos. Sorry, Targos.
Yeah. Getting
the one we're gonna
Targos'
do.
coin is gonna involve some unsavory things for sure.
I don't know.
Maybe we can
He's just a nice gentleman from Luskin.
Yeah. No one believes that.
He's just a nice little gentleman from Luskin,
As Court said, press X to doubt.
Oh my god. Press X. So yeah, and then the other letter is from Schmo, and it is stating that, he's had a lovely night with Wrath, and he's decided, after all that's kind of happened here, having a couple of near-death experiences, has feelings that they, need to take this, second chance at a life and try to live this life to its fullest. And they want to, try to just like live a peaceful life here with Wrath and do what they can to help out the people of Caer Konig. And, they feel like, being an adventure out there on the road, like, while they're able to help people, they're like, maybe doing some localized good here, and settling down and abandoning these, crazy, dangerous ways, is something that they should be doing. And that, him and Wrath are like, they had a good night and kind of a serious talk, and he's going to try to, like, give love a chance here with Wrath and stop pursuing everyone and their mothers, so.
Oh my gosh. All right.
And him and Wrath are going on, like, a hunting trip for Cragcat. They're going to try to supply it to the inn, since that's, like, people are, like, really hot about that Cragcat. They're like, maybe we'll have a business of hunting Cragcat. Like, between the 2 of us, we should be able to do it. And we've set out on a hunting trip this morning, and it's going to be great,
That is a bit unexpected, but... happy for them, I suppose.
Estrella looks to you, to you, Zarius and Charlotte. Oh yes, settling down. See, when you find your partner, you should settle down, abandon your crazy ways, and it's maybe you could take a note out of his book, huh, Zarius? And she kind of like playfully, like pushes your shoulder, like nudges you kind of playfully. Huh? Take a page out of their book. Settle down at home. Sounds nice, right?
Yes, as we know, all couples have the same path.
So much sass from Charlotte.
I love it though. Well, okay. You can't blame me for trying. She kind of looks over at you, Charlotte. She's like,
I very much can.
Not everyone is so lucky to find the love of their lives or be able to pursue the love of their lives, So if you find that, and she kind of motions with both of her hands to both of you, like, if you're able to find that and grasp onto it, then you should embrace it, and you know what I mean.
Very curious how you're suddenly so supportive of the relationship when it furthers your goals of getting home.
Yes, I didn't know you were so knowledgeable about love.
Well, I'm not saying that I am, but I'm just saying, it's some people go their whole lives, right? Not finding their one true love, or not being able to pursue it. You hear stories, I'm sure, about, unrequited love, or lovers who die, or people who never even meet eyes with the one they love. Right?
I have read these stories, yes. Zarius also smelling blood in the water.
So don't you think it's a very splendid, lucky thing that the two of your paths have crossed, and right? So why squander that? It's lovely, right? So
Well, every couple has their thing, don't they? I mean,
and your thing is going to be adventuring all around the towns.
Yes, Schmoes and Rats is hunting crab cats, and ours is adventuring.
Adventuring all the towns for forever. You're just gonna, the both of you, we're just gonna. You guys aren't gonna give this up. You're gonna keep adventuring around all of the 10 towns forever, aren't you? She starts to look very panicked.
I plan to adventure far and wide across Faerun and Vidalcan if I can afford to, but that there are some things we need to figure out. But I am enjoying growing in strength and knowledge and being able to help people, for sure.
Zarius.
Yes.
I am not allowed to return home unless I have you with me. She looks into your eyes like just pleadingly and desperate. So you mean that I am to adventure with you to the end of my days, and I will never be returning home?
Zarius puts an arm on Estrella's shoulder, and it just says, "Don't worry, Estrella. We live very long lives." She
looks at you and that is exactly what I'm worried about, Zarius. That is exactly what I'm worried about, spending the remainder of my many days following you around as you traipse around this realm and the next, and wherever it is you plan to go when you get bored of this place, and on to the next one, and never returning home. Look, can't we just go home, and then you can just come back here, and I can say, well, I've done my job, I've brought him back, and oh, he's gone again, but I did what I was supposed to do, and now then I should be able to stay home.
Zarius is just walking away at this point, and he just casually says, "Have no fear, Estrella. I'll get you back to my sister in no time."
She's fucking just sputtering and speechless, embarrassingly. Her face is fucking tomato red, which all of you can fucking see.
He sends a message to Charlotte, which is, "Oh, thank you for that. That was satisfying."
She like starts to kind of follow him out of the cavern as well, and is kind of like, yes, Dog and blush, very obvious, like I said.
Was I really that obvious?
Oh yes.
Oh
You
dear
know,
God.
It's sort of a pretty color. It's sort of purple almost. It reminds me of the beautiful colors in the night sky around Ten Towns. I'm sure I could make you turn all of those colors in due time.
Mistral kind of nudges you, Terpsichore, and she's just like, well, I, for one, didn't think we'd be getting breakfast and a show, huh?
Neither did I. This is a lot of stuff happening
Should we?
at once. It's very funny.
It's very entertaining, isn't it? We should should we be flipping them some coin? I mean, like this was a lot.
I didn't tell them about the coin that we got yesterday. They need to know that we have money again.
Oh, did they not have money?
Well, we got a lot of money from that stupid thing that we shouldn't have done. But then we spent it all in the magic shop, and then I fought the Avatar of Death and everything. That's why we have like a lot of fancy stuff right now.
Yeah. Okay, well, they're getting away. We should follow them. And she kind of like gets up from her chair and like goes to like help you pull yours out and pushes yours in and like points after Zarius, who's been fucking walking away, and probably Charlotte, who's been following them, and Estrella, who's just kind of, she's like slumped over, just like trudging through.
if anyone catches up to Zarius, he is probably beat purple at this point. So.
You
I
guys.
don't think I've ever seen Zarius turn that color.
That's a good color, Zarius. You should keep it. That way, people will definitely think we are not related.
Charlotte is like poking herself around, like trying to get a better look.
Darius is just turning away. He's just summoned Sage and has like had her open her wings
Oh
around his
my
head.
god.
What color?
Nothing at all. Sirius is like halfway to a sprint at this point, walking towards where the axe beaks are kept.
All right. So, yeah, you guys are able to go ahead and get your axe beaks. They've been being taken well care of. Is there anything you'd like to do before heading out of town?
I think we're good. Nobody needs to buy anything. We've said our goodbyes, said our hellos. Everyone seems to be in good spirits, and the town is doing well. So.
Yeah, I think this would be probably a good place to wrap it up. We can start next session with a traveling into East Haven, I believe.
May I ask a quick question?
Yeah, for sure.
Did we want to make a quick stop off for Charlotte to near wherever her dream was in
Kelvin's Cairn?
Yeah, near Kelvin's Cairn before. I was gonna ask for that in the room, but I got sidetracked.
I am going to warn you now. If you make if you go into the, let me take us to the overworld map. Let me take us to the overworld map. Oh yeah, overworld map. I love this map. So, if we go to the overworld map here, like so, like that. So, currently, let me get this a little bit better here. So currently,
what a curious statue inside the Dwarven Valley.
What's a very curious statue? Yeah. So currently you are all in Caer Konig. You did go up the side of Kelvin's Cair by way of this way. If you can see my mouse moving.
A giant glowing crash purple ship by any chance?
You did not. You did not, because that is like actually down in there. But it's kind of a point of interest.
I love this map. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, you're fine. You don't gotta interrupt. I love this map too. I actually modified the original map from the book to make this map for you guys. So I love that you love the map. So you guys actually went up this side of Kelvin's cairn. You can see where my mouse is moving, right? Yeah, so you guys went up this side. If you guys are to go to... So, Charlotte had a dream in... I believe you guys know as the Dwarven Valley. And you know of the statue, I believe.
Yeah, we know where the Dwarven Valley is.
Yeah.
I think Zarius rolled on a history check, and we also sort of learned that from the dwarves who came looking for Charlotte's
that's
cloak,
correct.
basically.
Yeah, so... If you are to get into the Dwarven Valley and travel wherever that's going to take you in regards to Charlotte, like, you could certainly go there and investigate, but you will probably, if you investigate what is going on here at the Dwarven Valley, I'm sure you will be tempted to continue along that path. You will probably not want to leave that path and come back to it. You will probably want to continue on that path, which is totally fine. However, that might set you on a more than because we've got how many days until East Haven? I think we've got a few
weeks, I think, but either way, what you're saying is Wizard Boy has a time limit, and we should finally go and take care of that versus leaving it.
Does have a time limit. No, because it's been a couple weeks already. I think we're at like a week. Maybe at most a week. At most a week left, I would say.
To East Haven we ride then.
Yeah, while I would love for you to go to the Dwarven Valley, the wizard will die.
Oh my god. Okay.
I will say. I just want to give you that info as a DM. Like, you guys would know this.
We've been trying to save the wizard since like the start of the campaign, like a year ago.
I know, but like, to be fair, you had a month. You have a month, so a month is a long time in D&D time. So like, I totally get it. But like, it's, you guys at least are down to having a week left. We're like at least down to having a week left. So
I'll probably get around to saving this nerd.
yeah, you probably should, you know, or just show up for the fire. You know, Zarius can show up and cast Firebolt and help with, I don't know, but
Jesus.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's my advice to you. You would know that as players, as your characters would know, like, hey, going to that valley would be really cool, but we only have a week left and we don't know how it's going to go down. And also, Sefik has warned you guys that you do not want to be in East Haven close by the full moon, because they will do a sacrifice, and they do it by lottery is what they call it. And while they're going to be sacrificing this wizard in lieu of the lottery, if you somehow stop the wizard sacrifice, they will probably proceed with the lottery, unless you guys were able to convince them. But from what you know from Sefik, that East Haven is a very, they are very, like, they're very, very strongly about their human sacrifices. They strongly believe that it is keeping the Frostmaiden at bay. They strongly believe it. The lottery that they do, like, people feel literally like they got the lottery. They're like, oh, I've gotten the lottery. Like, I'm doing something so great. You know, like, this is such an honor to be sacrificed for the sake of my people here in this town. Like, they feel like they're doing something good.
Oh God.
So yeah. So it yeah. That's the situation. You guys would know that situation because Sefix expressed that pretty much. So, yeah.
Disconcerting.
It's
all right.
very disconcerting. Very much so. Yes. Very, very much so. So.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to give you guys a heads up.
All right.
But the Dwarven Valley is not going anywhere. No one's going to come with a knife and cut it out and take it away to Ghost of Saltmarsh or something.
God, I want to visit all these towns so fucking bad.
You will. You will visit all of these towns, good sir.
Okay.
I can assure you of that. I'm pretty confident you guys will visit all of these towns. Yeah. I'm very confident, actually. Like, I know for a fact you will visit all these towns. Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
All right. Cool.
we'll
Thank
go
you for explaining. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. So we'll go ahead and end things here. I want to thank all of you guys for joining us tonight. What happened to the wizard, Ziggy? Well, Ziggy, they have an evil wizard to save in East Haven. There's an evil wizard who's going to be sacrificed, burned at the stake, and used as a sacrifice to Oral, the the Frostmaiden, basically. So, this lovely group of adventurers that yet to have a name are going to go and kind of suss it out and see if this wizard is indeed evil, or if they're not evil, and try to maybe save them or do what they can to hopefully help the situation, I'll say. Would you guys say that's pretty correct?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
That is the plan, at least. We want to stop the sacrifices going on in the town.
Yeah.
Especially the more severe ones.
For sure.
We stopped it in 3 places. Maybe they'll listen to us in Targos. We told them about it, but I don't know if that speaker took me seriously or not. So.
Right. So, yeah. No, they've been doing a good job. I know. I'm excited for when you guys figure out what your name is going to be. You gotta, like...
Our name is... What if we were adventurers on the battlefield, and what if we were in love? Because
Oh.
that's what's happening to this party.
Oh my god. Well, what if love blossom on the battlefield? Oh my god. So yeah, with that, we're gonna go ahead and we are gonna raid Thembos and Dragons. And they are playing some D&D. And yeah, thank you all for joining us tonight. We will be back next Saturday at 6 p.m. PST for more Dungeons and Dragons. And I will be back playing some Final Fantasy throughout the week on Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday for some endgame raiding time. So yeah, feel free to join us when you'd like, and we will go ahead and get this raid started. So join us for that raid. If you've got the raid emote, which I think everyone has it, just go ahead and spam that Mistral's raid emoji. And yeah, thank you all, and we will see you next time.